That is incredible. I don't know where you found that from.
Where's the rest of it? It's just the one
I'll
bit.
tell you what.
There's more. We can listen to more if you want.
Luke found this the other day, and it's about 5 minutes long, and it's something like, is it the elderly pensioners of Ireland from London? There's a video, so maybe on the next episode we'll put the video in.
It's oddly moving.
It's fantastic.
It is.
So
especially post World Cup.
Welcome to episode 24.5, live from Ireland, with Luke, of course, and Caroline. She's here again.
Hello.
So football is not coming home.
It didn't come home.
It didn't come home.
It went back to France.
I got a bit excited. I've just had a tweet actually about today's podcast. It says no butter pie ?
Really?
Yeah, from Lee. No, Lee. There's no butter pies yet again from Ireland.
Yeah.
We were in a service station the other day, and Luke said, "Well, we'll get some stuff from here. You know, a couple of pies." And no, nothing.
No pies.
Nothing.
We scoured the Emerald Isle. We can't find butter pies anywhere.
I had to settle for what did I have? A Whisper and some Haribo.
That's so not like a pie.
Yeah.
Shocking.
Sweet.
So how are you? You good?
Me, I'm brilliant. Thank you. I watched approximately 11 minutes of football, I would say, and that was plenty. It's just if you're going to be doing a whole football thing, I'm just getting it in early.
Yeah.
So obviously our ferry passage over to the Emerald Isle was whilst the World Cup final were on. And
good timing.
Obviously, it didn't matter.
No, I suppose it didn't matter.
Because England wasn't in it, so it didn't matter.
But I won the sweep. So there is some justice. £64.
That's great. What did you spend it on?
Because
you have to just
I've not received it.
You have to waste that.
I've been in Ireland, so I've not received it yet. So there we go. So football is not coming home. So I thought what we'd do today, following on from the very successful KORG World Cup in the last episode, we'd do the game that no one wants to do today.
What's that?
Which is the fourth playoff.
Oh, right, yes.
So just kind of get that one out of the way,
you
know.
Yeah, just go through the motions, really, isn't it?
So what we'll do, Caroline, we'll give you 2 KORG products. Mm-hmm. You have 2 points, and you can allocate those points. You could give 1 point. You could give each team, each product 1 point each. Or you could give 2 points.
I don't have to know anything about football.
You don't
right?
need to know anything about football.
Okay, that's okay then.
So all I'm going to do, Luke, as an example. So let's just say the products were a KORG Triton, and the other product was a KORG Stageman 80.
Right.
So what would you do, Luke?
It's got to be 2-0, hasn't it? To the Triton.
So it's 2-0 to the Triton because he prefers the Triton.
Yeah, got it.
Now I could say it's 1-1.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not though, is it?
And that's it, really. So.
And I'm going to say 0-2 just to be kind
Yeah, exactly. It would be a draw.
Or do you have to say nil because it's football? Is that a thing?
Nil, yeah.
Nil's
a thing.
So if it's a draw, it goes to penalties.
Yeah, and then you have
the same in the third place.
Yeah, believe me, I don't think there'll be a third place playoff, but we'll crack on.
Penos. I know penos.
Oh,
penos.
Okay.
That's the
thing. That's good.
Well, when I was in Italy,
I'm brilliant at football. Actually,
so I never called them penos. Did you call them?
Really.
We called them pennies.
Did you?
What?
Yeah.
All right.
It's got to go to pennies. Oh, damn.
Some coins.
Yeah, what did you call them? Just penalties?
Penalties, yeah.
Southerners, you see. They don't get into
They had all the time in the world. They weren't busy like us. We had to abbreviate.
I went to Italy a couple of weeks ago to a very good friend of ours.
Well, pens, actually.
Got
Think
married.
about it.
Yeah,
pens.
Even quicker.
Well,
yeah, exactly.
In our little wedding villa, as it were, when I was in Italy, we had some Americans with us, and they call them PKs. Oh my God, it's going to go to PKs. That's what they call
Wasn't
them.
he the mascot for the 86 World Cup?
Yeah. What was he called? It was
PK.
Oh, of course it was. Yeah.
Is that
PK.
why they call it PK?
No, penalty kicks.
Oh,
sure.
okay.
You know what?
Yeah.
It's an acronym or whatever. Yeah.
Okay.
PKs. So if you've got any other names for penalties, feel free to email us at microKAST@korg.co.uk, and we'll maybe read a few out in the next episode. So let's get this boring fourth playoff out the way. So the 2 products in the fourth place playoff is the Volker FM and the KORG PA4X.
Yeah.
So out of those 2 products, Caroline, well, let's go with Luke first. What's your score, Luke?
I will have to say, for that one, 2-0 to the Volker FM.
Okay, what would you say, Caroline?
Well, I'm going to say 2-0 to the Volker FM as well.
Have they put their full team out, though?
Oh, yeah, they've put the full team.
They have,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Hang on, I thought I didn't have to know anything about football.
No, you don't. He's winding you up. You don't.
Oh, okay, phew.
So it's currently 4-0 to the Volker FM. As always, I'll stick up for my boys. I'm going to give them 2-0 to the PA4X.
Oh, okay.
Unfortunately, like heroes, like England, finishing 4th.
Yes.
So the winner of the third place playoff is Volker FM. No one's cheering, no one's clapping. They just walk off the pitch, trudge off the pitch, pay 4x. They've had a great run, and they're going to go home. They're not having a hero's welcome when they come home. It's not great, really. It's a bit like England.
Yeah. It's hard.
But they've done well. They've overperformed, but they've done well. So that finishes off the KORG World Cup.
That draws a line under the KORG World Cup.
Quite a subdued end.
Yeah. So as always, we're in Ireland at the minute, and Andy's not with us. So I thought it's a bit of a shame. So I'm going to attempt to ring Andy.
You're going to ring him up?
Yeah, I'm going to see if he answers. I don't think he will, but we'll try. Here we go. I'm just going to call him.
11:15. He might be on his tea break.
No, he's probably still in bed.
Hi there, this is the voicemail for Andy Pullen at KORG UK. I'm afraid I can't take your call at the moment, but please leave a message. I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Or if it's urgent, feel free to call the office on 01908.
It is, yeah. It's not really like him at all, is it?
When you finish recording, please hang up or press the hash key for more options.
Hello Andy, this is Adam from the microKAST podcast. You are live on episode 24.5, but you've not answered your phone. Caroline was here to speak to you and everything, so when you get this message, if it's in the next hour or so, give us a call back. If it's not within the next hour, don't bother. And I'll speak to you soon. Take care, mate. Bye.
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 So I didn't answer. So he's let that one
Did that
down.
go straight to voicemail, or did it ring?
You know, he went straight.
He probably dumped your call, mate.
He's probably with one of his dealers. There, chef.
Deals all sorts. Yeah.
So you should have called his burner.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's the wrong phone, mate.
Anyway, so that's that. So hopefully Andy will call us back. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? If we get to speak to Andy. So let me just find my little thing.
Your little thing. I have the Switch competition. That's next.
Right.
Which is more organised than we are. It's amazing.
So what we've done, as you are aware, we've had a gadget Switch competition where people had to listen to the podcast. They had to write in with an entry saying why they would like to win a gadget Switch. Code for the Nintendo Gadget Switch edition. We've picked one winner already. However, there is more. Because we've actually got another 2 codes to give away today.
We've pulled some strings.
Because we had hundreds and hundreds of entries. A lot of them were just, I want the Switch.
It's not very imaginative.
I want
it.
And loads of
not very imaginative. So I thought what would be quite nice is if we read you some entries, Caroline, and you pick out a couple of entries.
Cool.
Okay. So, let's just, I've picked a few out. Me and Luke had a look through.
Do I have a clue to the person who wrote it, or am I just purely going the merit of their...
Yep, you won't know any of these people.
Okay.
You'll know as much as we do, to be honest.
You don't know any of
Okay.
these, but so I'm just going to read a few.
Yeah.
So, here we go. This is the first entry. Greetings. Just would like to say I'm a fan of the podcast and how you guys are keeping the viewers informed about KORG products from the past and present. It's also very refreshing and inspiring to see the instruments being used in a variety of settings rather than just a trade show demo. Smiley face emoji. I do have a small confession I'd like to make. Since the arrival of my Switch, I've been spending far too much time playing video games and not enough time making music. With Gadget being released, I can finally combine the best of both worlds. No longer will I have to feel guilty about using my Nintendo while my Electribes and Volkers sit in the studio. Finally, I can reunite the family. It would be super sweet if you guys could hook me up with a code so I can bring peace, harmony and unity back to this household. My inner Mario wants to get his gadget on. Thanks again. And that was from Mark Heckman.
See, that's actually very impassioned.
Now, I tell you what, it doesn't end there.
Oh,
there's
okay.
more.
It doesn't end there because he emailed back.
Okay.
Hello again.
He's not letting it go, is he?
Yeah. As a follow-up, I thought I'd include a couple of photographs to illustrate my current Switch addiction. Please help me break from this madness and put a nice shiny Switch gadget code in my hands. So what he has, would love to see my profile say KORG Gadget 1000 hours plus 2. So this guy has got a couple of 3DSs there, as you can see.
Oh yeah, cool.
And he uses them. And I think if you let's just have a look on that. Does it say? I'm just going to have a look. Zoom in. You can't see. But yeah, so he has a couple of versions already for his other products.
His tone is getting a little bit terse.
Right, okay.
Is the next one going to be, if you don't give me the gadget,
No,
I'm going
that's
to
it.
kill your
That's
family?
That's the first
Okay.
one. So that's Mark Heckman. So congratulations to Mark. You are through to the final round. Hey guys. Starts off bright.
Yeah.
I have to say that I don't have any Nintendo Switch. But winning a KORG gadget for Switch would be the perfect excuse for myself. I've enjoyed playing musical apps on iPad, twice playing live with them. Apart from producing on the computer and hardware synths, having a new way to produce on a portable console would be super cool. Please allow me to win and have a new inspiration to keep working on. I really had a good time listening to the episode, being an owner of a grey Electribes. That's one of the newer Electribes. I've used that a lot for producing and playing under the name of Ritter Space and other bands. Thanks for your work on the podcast for KORG lovers. Proud owner of the already mentioned Electribe, Monotribe, Monotron, microKAST XL, Nano Control, Nano Keys, many KORG iPad apps, and a KORG metronome. Best wishes from a sunny Barcelona.
Oh,
That's another one.
well, that's jolly, isn't
That's
it?
really
And
jolly.
he's putting KORG through college.
He is,
That's what
yeah.
it
He
looks
really
like.
is. Yeah. So that's got to be good.
This is the next one. So this is Stephanie. Next. Good afternoon, gentlemen. Recently discovered your podcast a few episodes ago through the KORG Volca Facebook group. Shout out.
Nice.
Was listening to the latest episode today, #22, whilst I was setting up my brand new Nintendo Switch for the first time. Then out of nowhere, I heard you mention about giving away a code for the gadget on the Switch, and wow, what a coincidence. Since I do want to purchase gadget on Switch. Exclamation mark.
Amazing.
Just a little background. I am a very big KORG fan. I have owned over 24 KORG hardware since, and just about every iOS app KORG has ever released. I mainly use gadgets on my iPad, but I'd be curious to see if I can sync with the Switch version when it gets released. So the question I have from you is, why do you think I deserve a Switch gadget code? Well, I'm not sure I deserve it more than anyone else. But besides the fact I'm a big KORG fan and a gadget fan, that should mean something, maybe. Okay, I'm also a retro video game fan, so a while ago I made a quick song using a few tracks of Gadget's Kingston instrument running on the iPad and using 3 KORG MIDI controllers to play live. Check it out if you have time. Thanks.
Okay. Well, Stephanie's got my ear
I
there.
knew you'd say that.
Retro video
She's
games.
We thought that,
She's
yeah.
also given us a link.
Okay, can
And
we
I don't
listen
want to
to
show
it?
you the link because it will swing it. So
Yeah.
I'm going to show you later because
Okay.
you will love it. It's really
Okay.
good. So that's that. Okay, next one.
So the next one is from Craig Hansen. So, not sure if this giveaway is still happening, but, well, it is. So here we go. I want KORG Gadget to get my musically inclined wife into gaming. Any time I can get a controller in her hand is a good day. A game like this that felt both productive and fun would be a big win for her. This social aspect of the app would be awesome with friends as well. We live in New York City with a lot of theatre/music folks in our community. I love any chance to keep things social and playful with guests without getting lost in the screen. Gadget is so communal, in the moment, would be such a fun interactive time. That's a good advert of Gadget, isn't it?
That is, yeah.
We've also got our first little one on the way. I want them to. Oh, that's nice. I want them to grow up in a world of discovery, creativity, possibility. Music and gaming will be a big part of their life.
Wow, that's a nice
I'm
one.
sure. The idea of making that happen together is important to me. I also want to collaborate more with my friend who's now moved to Baltimore. A few years back, we started writing and recording light-hearted MC-style, lyrically playful raps, which he composed the beats to in a full DAW. I'm less experienced with beat makers and synths, and KORG could be that accessible entry point to get me creating full-length tunes again. Would love to surprise him with some tracks of my own to get our project going again. I'm sure this giveaway's up by now, and if it is, oh well, hope you enjoyed reading regardless. Take care, friend.
Oh,
That's a lovely one, isn't it?
lovely.
We like that one. Where's he
Yeah,
from?
yeah.
He's from New
New
York.
York.
New York City.
Oh,
yeah.
What's that
that's
chap's
amazing.
name?
Yeah.
Next one, John Bernardo. We'll have a break after this, Caroline, then
Okay.
you can go through these. Hey there. Just seen a post on Reddit. I've had my eye on this since announcement. The reason I want this game is that I used to be really heavy into music creation. Everything I know about music production and MIDI, I've learnt all by myself. I used to stay up till 4 a.m. making music on Propellerhead's Reason. Eventually I branched out and started my own band, The Dreamers. We were a heavy metal band. I did all my demo tracks as Reason and Easy Drummer, so I could bring them to the other band members to practice. Unfortunately, the band ended 4 years ago, but I've dabbled in creating podcast intros for people, as it seems to be the only thing I have enough time for, and you can hear them here. He sent us a link, soundcloud.com/Johns Bernardo, so everybody check those out. As a new father, my daughter just turned 6 months old.
Oh.
I don't have much time to sit in front of the computer and edit note by note. The Switch has been a blessing in this aspect because I can pick up and play freely without worry. I feel like having KORG Gadget on my Switch will get me back into the passion of creating music again. I also run a gaming site called Pardon the Gamer. If I win, I will be doing an article based on my experience. Call it a review. But lately I've been taking a new approach to the typical review, so it might vary than what's expected. Either way, best of luck on the release, and sorry for the lengthy email. That's John Bernardo.
Oh, that was nice.
No need to apologise for that.
No, that's a good one.
Lovely.
Next one. This is from Jamie Salmon. Hello. Long time fan of KORG here. My first synth was a Prophecy back in 1996. As a musician and video game player, I've long been into using gaming hardware for nefarious musical purposes too, with early explorations on the Game Boy and Game Boy Advance, with LSDJ and Nano Loop 2, leading on to the wonders of KORG's DS10 on the Nintendo DS, and the KORG MO1D and the DSN12 on the 3DS, the latter of which I still use today. I'm also a dad now with a young daughter who loves trying to play with my music gear and watching me play Super Mario Odyssey on the Switch. Woohoo! It would be great to combine these two worlds and introduce her to electronic music making through something as accessible as Gadget, especially when you can use the Joy-Con's motion controls to interact with it in a multiplayer mode. Please pick us for your Switch Gadget code giveaway, then we can wave Joy-Cons around and make wibbly wobbly music to our heart's content. Thanks very much, Jamie and Molly.
Aww.
That's a nice one.
Yeah, so he was smart using his kid like
I
that.
like
Yeah,
that. I like that.
Blackmail.
Yeah,
the
I like
name
that.
in and everything.
So, this is another one. Now, this guy's done his research. This is why I like this entry, because this guy is not a microKAST fan. He might be now, but basically, I don't know if you're aware of this, Caroline, but I'm a big fan, and I'm a best friend to a podcast called the Kind of Funny Games podcast. So check them out. Kind of Funny Games. They're really good.
Funny Games.
Yeah, it's a really good podcast.
Greg Miller from IGN.
Oh,
former,
cool.
he runs it. Well, he gave us a shout out on that podcast.
It's a video one as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, which is good.
And we were literally, my email went, loads of entries coming in because they have thousands and thousands of listeners within hours.
Good friends to have.
Yeah. That's why they are the best friends. Yeah. So, this guy heard it on that podcast and he said, "Hi, I really hope this competition is still running. I heard about it through Kind of Funny Games. I think I should win the code so I can give my kids an easy and fun way to try out music production. So I can then take it away and set it up alongside my MS-2000B. And let's see what this software can really do." Now, this is why I like this one, because this guy's done his homework. So he's obviously gone back and listened to earlier episodes, because he said, "And I may be able to slide in a few packets of Jaffa cakes your way if I am the winner. Thanks, Tim." So there we go.
Getting a bit of a shout out there.
Yeah, so there's some great entries there, and so that's the end of some of these entries that we've had. I don't think there's any more. We've done that one, done that one, so they're all done.
Do I pick winners now? Because I kind of...
No. Oh, do you know?
I actually kind of know, because I took little notes.
She's good, isn't she? We'll come again.
Yeah.
Right, who are you?
Because we can box it off now. Yeah.
Are there any more?
No, that's it.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so I have to say I liked Stephanie.
Okay, I
You
knew
know,
you'd pick
I'm
that one.
the retro gaming. She's the one who had over 24.
Yeah, it's called
KORG
Since.
That's
And
that one,
she's really
yeah.
into gaming.
Yeah. So I thought she'd get good use out of it.
Congratulations to Stephanie.
Yeah.
We'll be in touch.
And I also liked Jamie and Molly. There
Oh,
at the
yeah,
end.
that was a good one, wasn't it?
And because he's used stuff on the Game Boy and the Game Boy Advance stuff, I think
Yeah,
that he
yeah.
will actually get. He wouldn't leave it in his box. He'll get it out and he'll use
Yeah,
it. You
absolutely.
know,
And he used his
kid.
to get his vote over the
influence it.
line.
Yeah,
so,
that worked. That worked for me.
So Stephanie, congratulations.
So I think what we'll do with Steph, because she sent us that really nice link, and we have actually watched it, and it is amazing.
It is good. I didn't want to
So
show you, Caroline,
we're
because
gonna play
it will
that
literally
at the end of the podcast.
It will.
will be great.
We'll have a break in a second, and I'll show you that because we'll put it on at the end. So congratulations
Deadly.
to Jamie and Molly, of
Woo!
course, for you have won a copy of Gadget Switch, and of course to Stephanie. So we'll have a quick break, and then we'll be with you again shortly. Bye bye.
Bye.
microKAST.
Hi, my name's John McCubbery and I'm Vice President of KORG in Japan, and the KORG microKAST is a phenomenal, entertaining, crazy, wacky and musical part of your life. So don't just listen today, keep listening. Every time there's a new microKAST podcast, tune in, enjoy it. Thank you.
Welcome back.
Yes.
So, Caroline,
Yes.
this is your bit now.
Oh no, my bit.
So
Such
obviously
pressure.
we're here
Yeah.
in sunny Dublin. We've had a lovely week. We've had what have we been up to this week, Luke? We've been to Music
See
Hall.
a few different dealers, yeah. We went to Music Maker as
you
well.
were where, Adam?
Oh right.
Here we go.
Apparently, on the last issue, I've said that me and Luke were going to be doing a KORG Kronos masterclass at Music Hall.
Musical.
Now, Caroline thought, I'll do a tweet about that. And she had to call other people in from the office to try and work out what I said because
Translators.
she said that she couldn't understand music hall.
Music. We were going music hall, like music hall in the old timey days. Music core was another thing we
I'm
thought
not
it
paid
might be.
enough. I'm not paid enough for this abuse.
So could you decipher it? You couldn't decipher it.
No, I
in the
had to
end.
text
Yeah.
you, Luke,
Yeah.
and go.
What
where,
was he talking about?
Where is this thing? I was nicer than that. I just said,
Yeah.
"Ooh, where is your demo on Tuesday?" And you told me, but that's the reason. I'm sorry.
it's all right. Don't worry about it. I get it. I get it all the time. Obviously, we were in the hotel this week, and I'm like, yeah, can I just get Luke wanted a pint of Guinness for Luke. And obviously I was driving. I said, I'll just have a Coke, please. a what? A Coke.
Coke.
What? A Coca-Cola? Oh, a Coke. It's like,
Oh, a
Coke.
cork.
Coke. That's how you say it.
I'm not changing. I believe. So anyway, we're in. So we've done the Kronos masterclass musical, and that was great. It was good fun. That
It
wasn't
was
it?
a really good event, actually, yeah.
And then we're in Drogheda. Is that what you say?
Drogheda, that's correct.
Yeah.
Yesterday, doing some PA arranger stuff. That was good. And now we're here. And
Yes.
we're just about to board a ferry in a couple of hours' time.
Yeah.
Home.
No football to watch on the way back.
Thank
Oh.
God. But we've got Gadget Switch to play.
We have. Yes, we
Yay.
have. Yeah.
So that's good.
Yeah.
So, Caroline.
Yes.
Thanks for your hospitality.
Oh, you're welcome.
And can I just say, this is the first time ever we have been paid to do a microkast. Because Caroline very kindly lent us €7 to park the car.
It was 8.
Because
€8.
none of
was
the parking meters would take a card. So yeah, thank
We
you.
had a
for
whip
that.
round.
Had a whip round in the office, and we're all right. We're good. So Caroline,
Okay.
what have you been up to?
Well, we've been up to. Well, I suppose I'll start with a little Ripcord update because
Yeah.
people were asking.
People
on
have been
Twitter
tweeting
Yeah,
about him
that.
already.
Have questions.
So if you've been following the Kickstarter updates, you'll know. We're late with Ripcord. It's been painful for us. We had problems with our manufacturer, and there was some roads to navigate there. But we have a brilliant manufacturing partner now.
Great.
The communication is fabulous. He mails us all the time with updates
Great.
and shows us pictures of the tooling and all sorts of things. He's just been how you want a manufacturer partner
So it's
to
all
be.
back on track by the
It's
sound of it.
so back on track.
Good.
So we'll actually have manufacturing samples in the next week or two.
Oh, wow.
So and there'll be basically we'll test them, but we're very sure they'll be good. This manufacturing partner, we've been using him for 10 years to make our power supplies.
Yeah.
He's deadly. So we'll have samples. I'll test them thoroughly. Might get someone else in to help me test as well, just to make sure everything's great, and then we'll press go. So
just for those people who may not have come across Ripcord or know what it is, could you just explain briefly what it is?
So Ripcord is a cable. Well, I'm from my vault, and we make power supplies mostly for magicians. Basically, did I say magicians?
I think you did.
Magicians.
We make power supplies for magicians. Maybe that's an untapped market.
You probably do.
They like small musicians or small magicians?
You probably do make power supplies for magicians, because literally my vaults make power supplies for everything.
For everything. So it's very odd to say, especially we're surrounded here by music gear, and I'm saying magicians, but we mostly for musicians. And one thing we concentrate on is creatives on the go. So we decided to make a cable that takes the 5 volts from just any standard USB port and output it into different voltages. So you know the way like the KORG Volkas, they take a 9 volt power supply. So you can use a Ripcord that goes from 5 volts to 9 volts. That means you can power your Volca off like an inexpensive USB power bank. You know those little ones you have to charge your phone. You can power like 5 Volcas at once. Or you could just
plug it into the mains with a USB plug.
Oh yes, you could do that as well. Just a standard phone charger, stick it in the side of a laptop.
Yeah.
Anywhere you got a USB port.
That is wicked.
Yeah. And we have it in all different flavors. Of
Car,
yes. A USB port in a car, no problem at all.
Not the safest thing to do, probably going along.
No, having a go. Vodka. Maybe your passenger.
When you're at traffic lights,
that's fine.
Get it, it's on red.
Could you get a ticket for that? Volcaing on the go. I wouldn't like to test it anyway. But we had a really successful Kickstarter campaign where we raised the money, and we had lots of nice articles from Sonic State and Create Digital Music and Syntopia and all that. But it's been late, and we know it's been late, and we've been communicating with all the backers. But sometimes stuff just happens.
Things happen.
Yeah. And it's been, however painful it's been for you guys who are waiting on it, it's been twice as painful. I'm sure, 10 times as painful for us. But we're back on track now, and we're gonna have it very, very soon.
Awesome.
It sounds like it'll be worth the wait anyway.
It will. It's going to be absolutely deadly, I promise.
Excellent.
So, and
I love that. The Irish say deadly.
Everybody says that in Ireland, don't they?
It's great. I love it.
Yeah.
I think we need to introduce it into
the English language.
Yeah. Bring it home with you. Bring deadly home.
Can I have a Coke, please? The deadly.
So what else have we been working on? Because we haven't been idle while we were waiting for Ripcord. So a couple of other things we were working on is like a little passive mixer. I talked about that actually we were back. I was on the podcast back in January. So that has moved from a prototypey stage into really what we're going to be running with production. So I'm just I'll tweet out a picture of this. This is the board here. Now the case for this is actually just a 3D printed prototype, but it was actually made by your friends in KORG, Ian Bradshaw and Paul Bundock. They made
Paul Boondock.
I called them earlier on, like Boondock Saints. I don't know where I got that from.
I get that.
But
that's great.
Because Paul's a whiz with the 3D printer.
Yes,
did you see the Volca, the steampunk Volca?
I did, yeah.
So
that's the
cool.
one that Ian's done. It's absolutely awesome.
Oh yeah, that was Ian. Sorry, my mistake.
But I'll tell you what
so
Paul
good.
has done, which is amazing with his 3D printer. In the studio where we do all the videos at KORG, we've got like ceiling panels, and we thought, it'd be really cool if we could have a camera mounted. So he's actually built and 3D printed a camera mount for the ceiling himself, and he designed it and everything.
Because it had to do this very specific thing that you wanted in a specific place.
Yeah.
We actually
which is kind of similar to what he did with your mix.
We had Paul on once, didn't we?
We did. He was talking about KORG tuners, wasn't he?
He was, that's right. That's a while ago.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, he helped me with this, and he gave me the files, so I went out and printed one myself. So the box isn't going to be quite like this. But it also has this little, I don't know if you've seen microsuction tape. Have a little go at that.
Tell you
there.
what, it's
what's
like
that?
my phone.
Oh, you have it on your phone.
My mobile phone is the same.
Do you want to have a little go
Clever.
with there, Luke? It's like, it just sticks.
Oh, it's stuck now. It won't come off.
Yeah, and then when you kind of put your finger like under and it lifts. But it's quite good for getting cables in and out.
Is it like silicone sort of?
Yeah, it's like loads and loads of little suckers. It's actually what it's called.
My phone, haven't you? My phone.
Yeah.
So that's the MyVaults mixer, MICKXER, named for.
So where's
Mick,
that come from?
Mick, who helped us develop it, is this man called Mick, who's deadly.
Sir.
Yeah, he's a maker of stuff.
He's dead, did you say?
No.
He's deadly.
That's where the word that's where the
gotta be
word
careful.
deadly.
Make sure you finish it off.
Yeah, you do have to be careful. Don't swing away from the mic just when you're
that's
saying
nice.
it.
So Mick helped you make that, and he's now got his name on the box.
And now it's the
Mick.
MyVaults mixer. So there you go.
Oh, that looks really good.
So it's a 5-way passive mixer for the desktop musician. So it gets rid of noise, gets rid of everything.
Right.
It's brilliant. So I'd say that'll be around the next couple of...
So that's a direct competitor for our own Volca Mix then?
Not really at all. Yours,
that's tiny.
So much more fully featured. This is a competitor for, let's say, the Belkin Rockstar, that little star-shaped thing. Except this takes out the noise
because that's
quite
quite noisy.
This has noise filtering in it.
Yeah.
So
it's very cool.
The trickery there in the yellow bits, they take out the noise, as I'm informed.
Fantastic.
So the next thing we have
now this is exciting news because I love this product when you showed it me last time, and now it's ready.
Yeah, so it's a prototype last time.
That's right.
And now it's a fully realised thing that's going to go on sale next week. That's like the week of whatever it is, the 23rd, on the MyVaults website.
Everybody should check this out.
It's the hot tip by MyVaults. So what it is, it's a power supply tester. So if you've ever had a plug and you're going, I don't know if this plug works, or you plug something in, it doesn't work.
Yeah,
and
you put it on your tongue normally, and then you get electrocuted.
You're not supposed to do
just
that.
to check. But this will solve that.
This solves your tongue. All your tongue problems will go away. So do you ever lick batteries still?
I don't.
I'll have a cheeky lick.
I used to have a colleague
lickers.
that would do it all the time, and it used to really freak me out. But
the PP3, have a lick of a PP3. Can't help myself. They're the square ones that go in guitar pedals. So this is the hot tip, and basically it just plugs on the end of a power supply, and then a light comes on. It tells you if it's working or not. And it lights up like magic. It's got a bicolor LED in it, so it can tell you the polarity of the power supply if you're so inclined to know such a thing. So it's red if it's center positive, and it's blue. The other way around. It's red if it's center negative, and blue if it's center positive.
Amazing.
So maybe
that is very cool. Does it have like a little battery in it or something?
No, because it uses the power from the PSU.
So if it doesn't work at all, nothing happens.
That's correct. So you go, oh, my plug's knackered, grand, buy a new one, whatever.
What you do then is you go, I need to buy another plug.
MyVaults.
Where
they'll
do I
have
go
my
now?
plugs.
Yeah.
MyVaults.com.
Yeah.
There you go. And it also has power pass.
Should do that, Caroline. Should have a third light, yellow light, and it should say on the unit, it should say MyVaults. And then it should flash yellow MyVaults so that you know I have to buy a new one for MyVaults.
Well, it's got a little logo there.
Yeah, it does. It's really nice. Really cool. Yeah. Every musician should have that in the bag.
And actually, Mick of Mixer fame, I gave him one, and he was on site somewhere. The very next day, they were testing something, and they were like, "Oh, how do we know if this works?" And he reached into his pocket and he has one. So it's nice when people actually go, "Oh," and use them in the field, and they realise they're useful.
And the thing is, it's not just musicians; it's anyone.
Yeah.
You've got any sort of electrical
network engineers or anything, because it works for like router plugs and anything,
awesome.
And the other thing is, because it's got power pass through, it might be useful for being on stage. You can go, okay, this thing is live, because because it's lit up.
Doing a quick line check.
Yes, exactly. Just a quick line check in your pocket. So there you go. So that's the hot tip. So that'll be around very soon. And that was it. I think that's the hot tip, and with the mixer and the Ripcord. And I have a little code for your listeners.
You've always got a code,
right? Then listen up, good people, because this is a code. Go on.
Okay,
that's a code.
A code.
I'll
say it. Code. A code.
Code.
Yeah.
Did I say it wrong?
No, chord.
See, that just sounds like chord.
No, that's chord.
That's awfully similar. It's
awfully
similar.
Chord.
It's a subtle difference. Should we say that?
Okay. It's I don't even know how to say the word code now. I'm all paranoid about it.
It's deadly.
Okay, so for 20% off, a full 20%
20% off. It was 15 before we opened. What's going on? You're giving more away.
Getting excited.
The enthusiasm. I scribbled it out. About 20 here.
20% off. Stop the press. This needs to go in the podcast description.
Oh yeah, okay.
20% off.
Yeah, it will.
So it's CS KORG 3. So
CS
KORG.
KORG
3. The numeral 3.
Numeral 3.
CSKORG 3.
Yeah.
So use that at checkout for 20% off. And if anyone wants to power anything, they don't know what they want to buy, they've some ancient joke from 30 years ago and they haven't got a clue what plug, mail me, because I know everything about
even
plugs.
if it's a bobbing Elvis.
Yeah, Elvis, Wowie,
Yeah.
Alive,
Yeah.
Elvis. There's no plug I don't know, unfortunately. So you can mail me at caroline@myvolts.co.uk and I'll help you with your weird plug problems.
There you go.
Amazing.
That's CS Counter-Strike. CS KORG, as in the company, or
With
the
a K.
rock man from Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah.
CS KORG 3. Numero 3.
Yeah.
Number 3.
Myvolts.co.uk.
At myvolts.co.uk.
Is that my bit done now?
I think so.
You know, unless there's anything else you want to say.
No, they're all the main
Just
things.
generally, in life, it doesn't have to be about my vaults.
In life,
but, you know,
what
what have you been up to?
Oh, what's on the floor there? Yeah.
Well, I'll show you what's on the floor. I brought this in today because I thought it may be of interest to the
Have you
guys.
seen them things on Twitter where people say like, "Oh, I went to the second-hand shop today and I bought an old drawer, and in the drawer was £1 million, or in the drawer was something like really rare," and it's like, yeah, come on, mate, we know you're just setting this up.
Yeah.
Well, Caroline moved her bed the other day and found what can only be described as the Holy Grail.
Well, if you like retro gaming, I know Stephanie, I'm sure will be interested.
Yeah, she
in
will.
it.
She will love this.
But
yeah.
what it is
Let's have a look at it.
I'm getting it up now. It's the Hanaho Hot Rod Street Fighter 2 edition Ultimate Joystick Control. So what it is just like a really, really big joystick
massive.
for playing main
Two-player.
games mostly.
Yeah.
But for playing Street Fighter 2, the proper experience with it's got all the proper buttons, because you know Street Fighter 2, you need all 3 kicks, you need
do.
all 3 punches, and you
do.
need them on both sides. So Shoryuken. No, it's upside down, so I can't do it. But yeah,
Just show us a few moves.
that's a fireball. Everyone can still do the fireball.
yeah.
And I also want. I might do a little project in here actually. For the next time you come, I'll have this set up, and
Amazing.
we'll have a little.
So it's
Street Fighter
basically,
2.
Oh my God.
imagine an arcade cabinet and imagine the joystick interface for a 2-player. It's massive. We'll tweet some.
We'll take some pictures.
we definitely
yeah.
need a picture of this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd actually be good to put some. It's got like these feet in it, but the micro-section tape would probably be
Yeah, it
even
would
really
be
good.
good,
I have
yeah,
more
yeah.
of it upstairs.
Get
So
it.
I'll have that
Yeah.
the next time. We'll have a little.
Find out how you wire it up to the switch.
Yeah.
And I'll have one.
Yeah.
There you go.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And I just want to know, who do people play when they play Street Fighter 2?
Ooh.
Now, that's a solid question.
It is.
Because my go-to...
I have like 3
I've
on my
got
list.
3 as well.
Yeah,
So
okay.
go on, Luke. What are your 3?
Ryu.
Okay.
Yeah.
E-Honda.
Right.
Oh.
Ooh, right,
Quite like
okay.
him.
Thousand hand
Yeah,
slap.
underhand slap.
And sometimes Ken.
Right,
Yeah.
okay. Boring.
Yeah, the other
Best
two are
theme, though. Best theme.
Yes.
Brilliant.
Bang on.
I'll give you mine.
Yep.
So mine are Chun-Li,
Yep.
Right.
Guile.
Oh my god.
Guile, really?
Excuse me.
Yeah, but that's just because of the music.
Yeah.
That's just because of the music, though, isn't it?
No, it's great. Sonic Boom.
Sonic Boom. Sorry. Yeah.
So there's Guile, Chun-Li, and I'm a bit of a floater for the third.
Floater.
I like to delve in a bit of Ryu.
Yeah.
Depending on the version. Now, what version are we talking? Are we on Street Fighter 2 Turbo Edition?
No. Well,
Standard.
I was just saying standard edition. Yeah.
So then you can't have Vega, then you see.
Yeah.
Vega, he's the
turbo.
guy with the
Spanish guy with the
hand
mask
thing.
and
Yeah.
climbs on the wall.
Oh, he's actually, if you can master him, he is excellent.
So I'll probably...
I never could.
I never really played Blanka. Never did Blanka.
No, I wasn't a fan.
Never
of
did
it.
Dalsim. Or
My
whatever
brother
it's
does
called.
Blanka, and he just does electricity the whole
electricity.
time, and it's
So annoying.
so annoying.
Yeah,
it's
so
unreal.
annoying.
It's
So-
that you press down and you hit. I think it's just
You
it's
just
hold
keep
down
pushing
and you
punch.
keep pushing
Yeah,
punch.
yeah.
It's ridiculous, and he wins, and you're just like, what?
I'm gonna
It's no artistry.
I'm gonna
there.
be controversial now,
Ooh.
and I'm
like
gonna
that.
I'm probably gonna say I'm gonna do one that can destroy anyone if you're good at it.
Yeah.
Zangief
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay.
with
Yeah.
me
If you can
spinning
master
pile
him.
driver.
Yeah.
Yeah. I could never do that. I was
So
rubbish at
what's
that.
yours then?
Well, this is funny because it's quite similar to yours. Because Chun-Li is my
Chun-Li,
first because you do the 1,000-foot kick thing. And she's wearing that really cool Chia Sam dress with her nice shapely legs. I love her. So I also love Guile.
Yeah.
I love Guile too, and Guile's a bit hot, which is a weird reason.
See, my Street Fighter crush.
That's why Adam picked him.
No, my Street Fighter. I didn't pick him actually. My Street Fighter crush was Cammy.
Yes.
That was always my favourite.
And when they did Kylie Minogue was there in the film, it's not the same.
Not the same.
No.
Not the same.
It's too skinny.
Too skinny.
Yeah.
Let's not go there with the film because it's just
Oh yeah, no, we'd be here all day. And Chun-Li, Guile, and then I kind of like Ken as well.
Yeah, best thing.
You know, but he's a bit. I was kind of thinking it's like Whizzer and Chips. He's like Ryu is Whizzer, and Ken is Chips. He's kind of like the indie
they are
Ryu.
quite similar as well.
Yeah.
So,
And if you play one, you can play the other one.
That's right. So it's quite nice to change up a bit, isn't it?
Yeah. So I just thought that was an important discussion.
That's
to
a
have.
very
I'm going to put a
discussion.
line through that now because we did that.
Yeah.
The reason I chose Honda was because of that. Is it the 100-hand slap?
Oh yeah.
Which was quite a good move.
Yeah.
I have to say.
It's one
Get
of them
someone in
moves
a corner.
that, you know, when you can't play Street Fighter.
Yeah, exactly.
Doing
That's probably what I was doing. I was doing the electricity equivalent.
Yeah.
So,
but we'll have a bit of a little tournament type of thing the next time you're in town.
I'll tell you what.
I need to get practicing then.
I'm all over
I've got a SNES Mini, so I need to get on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do it.
Still haven't played that. We asked you to bring that and you brought
I
it.
brought it.
I know, I was going to hack it because maybe we shouldn't say that on this podcast. You can hack it now and put all the games on it.
Ooh.
Apparently so.
I haven't tried it.
Yeah. You're just going to brick my SNES Mini, are you?
It's your problem now, mate.
Yeah.
It's Super Nintendo Mini. So Street Fighter. Love a bit of Street Fighter. Speaking of cool, obviously with the Street Fighter chat, I've got a band for you, Caroline.
Oh.
Really worth checking out. I don't think they exist anymore, but they're certainly you can certainly check them out. They're called Retro Remix Review.
Oh yeah.
So they're wicked. So what they do is they take a classic. There's 2 albums. They take a classic song. So for example, Sonic. Oh, Andy's calling me. Andy, here we go.
So excited.
Andy, you're live on the podcast. Please do not swear. How are you doing?
Oh, really? Oh, hello. Yeah, no, I'm good. How are you? I'm good.
We're all right. Yeah, it's good to hear you. So,
This is very strange.
now, do you know what is strange? That you and Caroline are both in the same room because people often thought you're the same person.
Hello.
Exactly, yeah. We can find a bit. Hi, Caroline. How are you doing?
How's it going? Does this count as being in the same room?
This is blowing my mind right now.
It's a very weird being in the same room.
Crazy.
So, how are you, mate? You all right?
I'm alright, yeah. I don't know how much hope I hold out for this working, since normally when we have a conversation on the phone it lasts about 30 seconds before cutting out. But,
Yeah, that's true.
you know,
That's true.
It's fine.
It's a good start.
Our first international podcast, though.
Yeah.
We never don't really think of it as international, but
it
it
is.
is.
We are international.
Yeah.
So do you know we picked one of Caroline picked one of the we read out some of the gadget entries today, and do you know one of them was from New York.
Was it really?
Yeah, it's mad,
I did
isn't
not
it?
know that.
Yeah.
And Barcelona.
And Barcelona. Yeah, we
yeah.
had Barcelona as well.
Truly global.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Global.
So have we picked another one then?
We've picked another
are we
2,
there
mate.
now?
We've picked another 2.
Another 2?
Yeah, Caroline. We'll let Caroline pick the winners. So,
there we go.
Yeah.
Great.
So yeah.
And we also did the 3rd place playoff.
Yeah, we did the 3rd place playoff, the game that no one wanted to do between the Volker FM and the KORG PA4X.
So the FM smashed it.
It did,
Yeah, it did.
4-2. You know, PA4X kind of like England. You know, overperformed, played really well, but it was just a bit too far.
Yeah, that's right. Well, there's always the next one. Isn't
Yeah.
there? So that's fine.
Heard that before.
So, can we ask Andy who his favourite Street Fighter 2 characters
Andy, have
are?
you ever heard of, I mean, you may have heard of this game because GTA didn't exist then. But have you ever heard of a game called Street Fighter 2?
Goodness sake. I had Street Fighter 2 on the Amiga.
On the Amiga! Get away!
Amiga, yeah.
Get away. Right.
I remember it.
We're just doing our top 3 players. So who are your go-tos?
This is my fault. I brought up a Street Fighter 2
it's
feature.
good. Who are your go-tos?
My number 1 was Guile.
Yes, same as me. Get in.
Guile
Good
was
lad.
my number 2.
Good lad.
Sonic Boom and Flash Kick.
Absolutely, yeah.
Giles getting a lot of love, isn't he?
Yeah.
If I was feeling lazy, I'd go for E-Honda.
Luke's, one of Luke's.
Yeah.
And the other one, bizarrely, was is it Chun-Li? With the
Chun-Li.
Chun-Li. I tell
Chun-Li
you
was
what,
my
mate.
number one. Yeah.
Good answer.
This is all very similar to
Good answer.
Yeah.
Well, mine was Guile, and it was also Chun-Li. Chun-Li was my main. And then, but my third place, depending on the mood I'm in, if I was in an easy, I can't be bothered mood, it was Ryu.
Can I guess it?
You'll never guess it.
Blanka.
Nope.
I always thought of you as a bit of a Blanka.
Nice burn.
Right, well, on that note, I think we'll leave it there. Thank
Who's your third guy?
you. What, mate?
Who was your third guy then?
I thought it was Zangief.
Oh, nice. Yeah, all right. That's good.
Yeah, the Moscow Mule. He never beat me. But yeah, I need to get back into that because the old spinning pile driver was quite difficult to pull off.
Oh, that was. I remember it well. That was the fighting game that I went to, and then I stuck with that all the way until I think Tekken 4 was the next one that I got into.
Yeah.
See, I quickly left for Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat 2 is where it's at.
We used to play Killer Instinct.
Killer Instinct.
Oh,
now we're talking.
God.
Right, Killer Instinct was
wicked.
great.
When both people were the dinosaur. And they were just,
Combo!
And it just looked amazing.
it was
that game, didn't it?
incredible. And
Yeah.
we used to play it on the Sega Mega Drive.
Yeah.
It was just
The
gorgeous.
arcade version was unreal.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
great.
So yeah, good times. Good times. Right, well we'll leave you to your busy day, Andy. I just thought it'd be nice to catch up with you. To say we're missing you. We're coming home today, mate. So we'll
All right, mate. Well, I hope you had a nice holiday. And,
holiday. Tell you what. Holiday. I wish.
I can say all this stuff and just hang up. It's great. Those evils. This is perfect. So, but yeah, look after yourself. Safe journey home, and yeah, I will speak to you all no doubt very soon. And,
Nice to meet you.
Yeah. Take care, mate. Bye.
Ciao.
Later. Bye.
bye-bye.
There we go, Andy. Live from the old England.
That's brilliant.
Killer Instinct. That was a game.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
great.
It was your. Can you remember?
I can't really remember
There was
the
like a
characters.
raptor.
Raptor. Yeah.
That was and basically you just bit
There
everyone.
was-
Oh, you'd
there
flicked
was
your
like a
tail.
robot type.
The robot guy was
Yeah,
amazing,
can't
but I
remember
can't
his
remember
name.
his name.
that
right
was
now.
Fulgore.
That's it.
Fulgore.
Nice. Yeah, yeah.
There was Orchid was the
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
flippy woman with
was
the
the Chun-Li
buttons.
equivalent. Yeah.
And then you had Cinder, who was the big flame man.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah.
It's all coming
I
back
know it
now.
quite well.
Yeah.
So what did you play that on?
I played that. I didn't. It was out in the arcade.
Yeah, that's where I saw it.
And that's where everybody used to sit and watch people pulling off the old Ultra combos. And
Oh, actually, a SNES. Did you play on the SNES?
then it came out for the SNES, and it was amazing because it was when that extra chip came out that you needed for your SNES.
Do you know, I didn't play it on the Mega Drive. I played it on the SNES.
I don't think it was
sorry.
out on the Mega Drive.
No, that's it.
Because it was a rare game.
I sincerely apologise, but we used to have a Mega Drive and a SNES both out
Yeah,
on
yeah.
the floor.
Yeah,
and,
no.
And so yeah, it was totally
Well,
on the SNES.
Rare
you're
made
correct.
that game, so
Yeah.
the company that made GoldenEye,
Oh yeah, and
who were Nintendo exclusive,
Donkey
Banjo-Kazooie.
yeah, of course.
Country.
But then Microsoft bought them, and now it's out for the for the Xbox.
So Rare, that
One.
was who made James the 007 one.
Yeah,
wasn't it?
GoldenEye.
GoldenEye.
Yeah,
Amazing. So I've got some of the characters, yeah?
I know them all, mate.
Arbiter, Aria, Cinder, you said?
Yeah.
Idol.
Idol was the
He's like two heads.
he's the two-headed
Yeah.
like monster. Then there was the tell you a good one. I can't just think of the name. The
Fulgore, he
Skeleton.
said.
The skeleton
one.
guy.
Oh yeah, there's Glacius,
Glacius is the ice one.
Jago,
Jago is the boxer.
Kim Woo,
King Wu is. I don't was that in the
Kim Wu.
original. I don't think that was
It's a
in.
woman.
Right.
Maya. There's probably different versions.
Yeah,
'cause
yeah.
There's loads of them. Eh? Orchid, you said.
Orchid.
Rash.
Rash.
She's like a sort of
That's not in
frog.
the original.
Riptor.
Riptor
Ripcord,
was
like
that
a-
was
that was the
dinosaur
dinosaur
head.
bloke. Yeah.
Oh, there's that's
Saber Wolf.
Saber Wolf. Yeah,
God.
Wolf one.
Yeah, yeah.
That's such
These are
good
Xbox One. These.
Are they right? Yeah, there's loads. Spinal.
Spinal was
Yeah.
the skeleton.
It was almost like a Ray Harryhausen
Yeah, that's
movie.
right, yeah.
The
TJ
skeleton
Combo
that
was the
TJ
brilliant.
boxer.
Combo
That
was
was
the
one of my
boxer.
favourite
Ah,
ones.
yeah, yeah.
It was great. And yeah, so yeah, great game. The
Yeah,
memories.
that's not going to college, but playing
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
playing that
Misspent
I think
youth.
mine
That was
was
it.
my biggie. I mean, obviously, I used to Street Fighter 2 when it first came out for the SNES. I didn't have a SNES at the time, or I had a SNES, but I didn't have the game at the time. And me and my mate used to walk to Curry's to watch it. So Curry's was about 2 miles from our house. Right. And we literally used to walk there on a weekend to just walk into Curry's and just watch it.
Were you able
the
to have
demo
a go?
on the screen. Yeah, but then they'd put a controller in and then they'd be like, you'd be playing it. And then some guy would be like, right, can we have this back now, lads?
Yeah, they'd be a bit funny about people having a go,
Yeah.
weren't they? Yeah.
So wear out the control as well.
So then we'd nip to Campbell's, local arcade, and Killer Instinct to be on.
Yeah.
And Mortal Kombat 2.
Amazing.
Nice.
Good times.
Yeah.
Good times. So yeah, so that was nice to speak to Andy then.
Yeah, it was really good.
Obviously, we do know there was life before GTA, which is always good with Andy.
Yeah.
So I think what we'll do now is we'll have a little break because we're going to go to Pete Shaw. Now, if you remember Pete Shaw, a couple of months ago, I said that he was doing a bike ride from Land's End to John O'Groats. So that's 1,028 miles. So Pete Shaw, Caroline, is about 105 years old. He's not really. And I said to him, Pete, have you ever done any riding before? And he went, I've been out on bike, I've been out on bike. I said, well, what's the most you've ever ridden in a, I don't know, about 15 miles, 16 miles.
Wow.
And I said, well, you're about to do 1,028 miles in just over a week. And he went, be right. And we're going to catch up with Pete and find out how he did.
So, if he's still alive.
If he's still alive. So let's listen to Pete.
Here we go.
Welcome. So as promised, we are joined by the one and the only Pete Shaw.
Well, hello.
So a couple of episodes ago, we mentioned that Pete was doing a charity bike ride, but it wasn't just your, off to shops kind of thing down the road. How many miles did you do, Pete?
Actually, 1,022.
1,022.
Wow, that's a lot of miles.
It's a lot of miles. Now, if you remember, I said to Pete, have you done any practice? And he went, I've been out on bike. Done about 15 miles. This man is like Iron Man. He was doing 1,000 miles a day. Would be Iron Man. 100 miles a day. So how long did it take you, Pete, to do?
Well, we actually we did between sort of 70 and 92 miles a day. We did it over 14 days.
I don't even drive that far a day.
You actually do.
So
that's amazing.
Not only did you take on this incredible task in doing so many miles every day, I think it was like the hottest week ever recorded or something like that, wasn't it? So
yeah, and since we come back, it's been exactly the same.
It has, yeah. World Cup fever.
We actually did have 3 hours of rain. We had 2 hours of just nice little, tinkly rain for 2 hours up in Penrith, and then we had an hour of real stir rods coming down.
Yeah,
and that were it.
That is unreal. In 2 weeks,
it was incredible.
So
2 weeks of pain.
So obviously, you can still donate. So we'll go through all that. But what I want to know, Pete, is why did you do this? Tell us the story.
Well, basically, a great friend of mine who lives over in North Wales, a few miles down the road from me. In fact, he does all our DIY. I'll give him a shout. It's Eddie Culshaw, so we can have a listen to it.
Hi, Eddie.
And basically, about 13 years ago, his daughter had developed bone marrow cancer, and obviously they were very concerned about getting her sorted, and they actually manage to save her life. And another girl that had cancer at a similar time, a girl called Nicola, unfortunately she died, and it was her wish to have a fund set up in her name called Nicola's Fund.
Wow.
And over the last 13 years, apparently it's raised over £600,000 for children's cancer.
Amazing.
600.
So Eddie, having his daughter who had the bone marrow cancer, he decided years and years ago to give back to cancer charities for all the work that they did for his own daughter Anna. So he's done this ride 5 times now.
Wow.
And he asked me earlier on in the year, January it was.
So, just on that, Pete, did you not stop and think, I can't do that? Did you just go, yeah?
No, I looked at him at first and I was like, just having a minute thinking about it. And then I just went, yeah, I think I fancy that, yeah.
Oh, amazing.
And I just thought about, the cancer side of it and all that. It's so important to raise money and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, I just decided that we're going to do it, and I thought, well, it's good for the health as well.
Nice. Now, so were there any moments during the bike ride when you thought, actually, I don't quite fancy this?
Yeah, there was actually.
Mine would be day one, I think.
It was
after the first day. No, maybe day two when I wake up and I can't move.
It was about 4 or 5 days in. I actually hit a brick wall, and I rang Yvonne.
What, an actual brick wall or a mental brick wall?
There was a few moments I got.
You fell off at one point, didn't you? I saw you on Facebook. Did you
9 times.
Did you?
I fell off 9 times. I've still got a few scars to prove it.
So was that just exhaustion?
No, it was just silly things that happened, and I couldn't get my feet out the cleat pedals and things like that. Just trying to come to a halt, and then all of a sudden realising your feet are locked into the pedals and you can't get them out quick enough.
It's dangerous. That Matt who works for us, he broke his arm because he was at some traffic lights.
Yeah,
and he pulled up, red light, up to the front. Oh, my feet are stuck.
That's right,
and he hit a curb and broke his arm.
Yeah, well, I hit concrete a few times with my left arm, but luckily it was just flat onto it as opposed to...
Yeah.
But, the bike has a few battle scars where...
Is it not safer to just not have those things on the pedals?
Well, to be honest, I think it's easier to pedal with your feet in there because as well as pushing the pedals, you can pull up the other side once.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yes,
but because my feet are not great, I didn't find that much of an advantage. But I did feel safer with my feet, so my feet don't slip out.
Until you fell over.
Until I fell over, So I had a few annoyed moments coming off the bike, but no, overall it was absolutely fantastic. It really was.
That's amazing.
I would recommend it to anybody.
Oh, forget that. I might drive it. I might be up for driving it.
I've booked you in for next time.
No, do you know what? Look, at the end of the day, it's for an amazing cause, and I'd do anything for charity, pretty much, within reason.
But not a bike ride.
No, I would. No, but obviously, to actually do it. Because what I would probably do is do it and just fail, probably. But to actually do it and see it through and do it, for 2 weeks.
It's amazing.
1,022 miles, it's incredible.
Actually, Nigel Milligan, who
running Nige.
Brew.
Yeah,
he's actually just done one for his charity. I'll just give him. He'll love this now because give him.
That's right. Yeah, I ignore him. You see now because he keeps saying I'm from Bolton when I'm not.
It was Manchester to Blackpool about 2 weeks ago. I think it was.
Do you not look at that and go? Because that's obviously pales in comparison.
Not really,
to
no.
yours.
Because it was still a 60 miler.
I couldn't do it.
Yeah, so it was
go on train to
full
Blackpool.
marks to him, Brew.
Yeah, no, congratulations to you as well, Nige. Well done.
We were speculating actually, Pete, whether you were going to do any gigs on the way. Whether you
we did say that. If he could fit it on his bike, he would.
I did actually contemplate putting a micro Ranger into a rucksack.
Did you? You should have done it. Strapped on the handlebars.
That would have been funny. Yeah. In fact, what you could have done, you could have been like when they do the Tour de France and they have a little car with all the gear on its side of you, with bikes on top.
That's it. Yeah.
Like with a micro range hanging out the window for you to
where the batteries go.
But I mean, it was actually incredible. We sort of stopped, obviously, periodically for some food and whatever, and people would see the T-shirts with the Nicholas Fund on the back, and they'd come up and say, "Oh, what are you doing? Oh, we're cycling for children's cancer," and immediately they'd just go into the wallets and pull a £5 or a £10 or a 20 or a couple of pound coins. Yeah. Little old ladies coming up to us and said, "This is all I can afford, but I can see you doing it for a good cause." It was it was fantastic, really.
So to the important bit, how much have you raised?
Well, are you ready for this? Are you ready for this?
Up to now, it's actually £4,400.
Incredible
pounds.
Wow, that's amazing.
But this weekend, over in Stilton, which is near Peterborough, I'm doing a concert on Sunday afternoon. So that's a plug for the concert. Stilton in Tune. It's an organ keyboard concert. I will be using KORG keyboards on that, obviously,
as always.
And we're going to have a raffle on the concert, and all of the funds from the raffle are going to Nicola's Fund.
So we need to get you to $5,000, don't we?
So
That's what we need.
that'd be fabulous.
So where do we vote, Pete?
Okay.
Vote? Where do we vote?
Yeah. That's right. Yeah.
Pete for president.
Yeah.
Where do we?
Yeah. So right. So let's just have a look. So
where do we
basically,
donate?
it's justgiving.com, and it's Nicola's Fund, which is NICOLA''S, Nicola's Fund. And
is it? Let me guess. Is it what I'm thinking? Because I obviously donate. Is it the 3 men, 3 bikes,
right.
2 weeks?
Yeah, that's right.
I think if you just search for that on Google,
you can, that's right.
You'll find it.
Yeah. So if you go on Google and search for 3 men, 3 bikes, 2 weeks,
Nicola's Fund, and you'll find it.
Nicola's Fund, and you'll find it there, and you can see a picture of us, the 3, being photographed at the side, back at the side of my van there. So
amazing.
But we initially decided that we were sort of going to raise £1,000 because that's what they'd raised in the past.
Of course, yeah.
And
smashed it.
We've smashed it. We've done 4 times that up to
amazing.
now, and we've got around about 4,400 at the moment.
Incredible.
So this gig on in Stilton, I think you should do like a sort of homecoming parade and ride your bikes down the aisle.
Well, to be honest, I think I will
to
put
big
it in the
applause.
back of the van and ride in. That's what
you should do.
Yeah, I think
Get
we'll
some
do
music
that.
on. Eye the Tiger on.
Yeah, and it's quite a big place actually, Stilton. So I think I'm going to take the bike.
Yeah,
I'm
you
going to
should do.
take
Wear
it.
your full kind of biking
Lycra.
regalia.
Yeah,
Got to do it.
yeah, it's a good idea.
First gig in
So
Lycra.
obviously, as well as doing all this, you've won an award, haven't you, Pete?
I won a fantastic award which I'm really proud of, and it's been awarded by KORG, and it's Legend of the Month.
Well, now let me just tell you a little bit about this. This is a bit of a peek behind the curtain, as they say. So internally, what we do at KORG is we have a little reward that we give to a member of staff, and we do that every month, and it can be for going above and beyond the call of duty. So it might be helping a dealer out in a time of need, or it might be a customer who it's broken and they need another one and it's been fixed and we can't get it back to them, and someone said, I'll go and drop it off, or something where you go above and beyond the call of duty. And obviously this award is for full-time staff.
Yeah.
And never in the history has it ever been awarded to somebody that works for us on a freelance basis like you do, Pete. So you are the first person ever to win this award.
Well, thank you very much.
And it's well deserved.
Absolutely, well deserved.
So you got a few nominations. So I put your name forward, and we told the story at the sales meeting that we have. And so we awarded you the. We couldn't give you the award on the day because I think you're in Scotland somewhere on your bike somewhere.
Probably.
But there was, and I said there's nobody that deserves the honour more than you do for not only winning the award but being the first person, as I say, to be awarded this award. Out from the kind of office kind of environment that we have. So
well done.
Well done.
Well, thank you very
Well
much.
deserved.
Really appreciate it.
So there we go. Probably anything else? When are you doing it again, Pete?
Well, we're talking about it, so we've got no dates. Yeah,
glutton for punishment. You're going to do Great Wall of China next?
Yeah, anything like that. Yeah.
Mount Pichu, whatever it's called. That's what I always wanted to do.
My stepsons have done that.
Yeah, really.
Yeah,
that's what I've
Max
always
and
wanted
Pichu,
to do.
Yeah, they've done it. Yeah.
So if anybody's doing that, give me a shout because I'd love to join you. Because I think that's been a bit of a lifetime ambition of mine.
Really?
To go and do that. Yeah. Put on my Indiana Jones hat. But I don't like spiders. And I don't like jungles, so I'm a bit.
It's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen. That, but I'd love to attempt that one day.
So keep us in the loop.
Yes, please do. Yeah.
If
So
you
let's
decide
get
to do
Pete
anything
up to
else.
5,000.
Yes.
Oh, thank you very
So
much.
to
Really
donate, just go on
appreciate
Google, search for Nicola's Fund, 3 men, 3 bikes, 2 weeks, and let's get this guy up to £5,000.
Oh, thank you very much.
So
Yes.
no doubt we'll be seeing you again soon, Pete.
Yeah,
Probably
no
be
problem.
September.
Pleasure.
And your regular spot when we do the Seacroft Festival.
Oh yeah, we'll
If
be
you
there.
remember, we had shower fun with Pete last time when we were doing the podcast. And Pete was singing in the shower.
That's a while back.
And that's
the
a while.
first
It's a couple
one,
of years ago.
That was
that.
the first
Yeah,
one.
it was a long time ago. So
Yeah.
you've been on this before, and it's great to have you back on again.
Cheers.
So there we go. Shall we go back to Ireland?
Let's go back to Ireland.
See you soon.
See ya.
there we go. Congratulations to Pete and the team. 1,028 miles.
What an achievement.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
So, that's about it for the podcast.
Yeah.
So we now know that we're over at My Vaults, the mixer. You've got to look out for that. You've got the hot tip, which will be available next week. Don't forget, CS KORG 3 for 20% off discount. It will go live next week.
It's going to break us. But, it's worth it.
Ripcord is coming soon.
With orders.
And England are out of the World Cup.
Oh.
I still can't get over it.
I'm quite sad about that still. Yeah. It takes a bit of time to get over that sort of thing.
No, it's just...
I've got a bit of a funny story actually talking about football.
Go on.
This goes back to my college days when I used to play a lot of football, and I was at the Royal College of Music playing football, and we used to play like against the Royal Academy of Music and Guildhall and all the music colleges. So as you can imagine, standard wasn't amazing, but
I bet your pitches were nice though, weren't they?
amazing
Not
pitches.
like up north.
We used to play
on the wreck.
Actually, we used to
full
play
of white dog poo.
We used to play in Hyde Park, in Regent's Park.
Oh, all the fancy parks.
Yeah, but the pitches still weren't great.
Oh,
to be
dreadful.
fair. But anyway, we used to train in Hyde Park, just opposite the Albert Hall, because that's basically where the college was. So, and we used to do that every Sunday morning, and it was good fun. And we used to it was kind of jumpers for goalposts kind of scenario. It wasn't very glamorous. So one day we were just having a sort of five-side thing and just playing a game, and then this guy came along and he was like, we thought this was a bit random. He had like an England tracksuit on, and he just comes up and he goes, "Oh, do you mind if I join in?" And we're like, "Okay." And we realised it was Graham Kelly from the FA.
Oh my!
Okay.
He's a good football man, is he? Yeah.
He was like, at the time, he was like head of the FA or something. He was really high up.
Yeah.
And we're like, yeah, fine. And he took his tracksuit off and he was wearing a full England kit.
I bet he does that, doesn't he? Every day he'll be like, I'll just dress up and I'll just stroll.
It was
around.
the most random thing ever. And then, so we played with him for like, I don't know, it must have been 10, 15 minutes. And then he said, "Okay, I've had enough now." And then he just put his tracksuit back on and he went off.
Yeah, I bet
what
he'll have done, he'll have hidden behind a tree until you left. And then the next group of boys that came along to play football, he'll have gone, "Oh, I'm just out on another run."
Yeah,
and done
exactly.
the same
I think that's
thing
what he's doing,
again.
because there was loads of people playing, obviously, football in that park. And I think he then ran off and did the same to someone
He
else.
just goes around blowing everyone's mind with his football.
He wasn't very good, though.
No, it was just some guy in a suit. He was like the suit. It was like the run. He like ran it. So
Okay.
he didn't even really play football.
No, it wasn't like
Wow.
Alan Shearer turned up or something. It was like, it was so random.
It was like Alan Shearer's
You want
accountant
to
turned up.
send that in to Quickly Kevin.
I should
'cause
actually.
That'll get on.
Yeah, I should.
That'll,
Another podcast we just discovered, which
it's
is amazing.
If anybody
All about
likes
90s.
football,
I
from
was-
the 90s, don't write this
I was going to write it down and then I just put my pen down when the word football happened.
It's not a hurling podcast.
Okay, that's probably for the best.
Yeah.
It's probably not a hurling
So yeah,
podcast.
Quickly Kevin, will he score? It's the greatest podcast about football you'll ever hear. It's funny.
Yeah.
Is
Very
Kevin
funny.
Go
like
and check it
Kevin
out.
Keegan?
So basically,
Yes.
this came from...
Actually, it's from.
It's a piece of commentary. And the commentator said to Kevin Keegan, it was in the... What was it from? Which...
It was from France '98.
France 98. And it was when England got knocked out on penalties.
Penos.
Penos.
PKs.
And basically, what he
Pens,
said
yeah.
was, who was taking the free kick?
The penalty.
Yeah,
David Batty.
David Batty, that's a legend. And he
Not
said,
that time.
and basically the commentator said to Kevin Keegan, they were chatting, and David Batty's getting ready to take his penalty, and he's doing his run up, and he went, and Kevin Keegan's waffling, and he went, "Quickly, Kevin, will he score?" And he went, "Yes." Oh, he missed. And it's like a little bit of iconic commentary. So that's why it's called Quickly, Kevin, will he
Okay,
score?
cool.
Oh, it's so good though. That podcast.
I used to be in a punk band when I was a kid, and we had a song called Kevin Keegan, and it was like a song that's about 4 seconds long, because you know the way you think that's funny when you're like 14. And the lyrics were, "Kevin Keegan, what are we going to do with him? Kevin Keegan, what are we going to do with him? Kevin Keegan, what are we going to do with him? We'll stick him in a football team."
There we go.
That's the whole
classic song.
It was.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
That's quick mouthful to get out in 4 seconds.
Yeah.
It was quite
Quite a tongue twister, that.
It was
yeah.
seriously, it was much faster
cool.
than that. Yeah.
Oh, give it a go a bit faster then.
Kevin Keegan, what are we doing? Kevin Keegan, what are we doing? Kevin Keegan, what are we doing? Give him a full tip.
Wait.
I'll tell you what, number one.
Brilliant.
Kevin Keegan, you're a legend, wasn't he? Kevin Keegan. Time.
Yeah.
Wow.
All went wrong though, didn't it?
It's just funny his rants as a manager. Yeah.
I would love it. I'd love it if we beat Manchester United. I don't know why he comes from Blackburn all of a sudden.
All roads lead to Blackburn.
They do. Yeah. That's very true.
Bolton, yeah.
There we go.
Right.
That's it. We don't want to carry on talking about football because Caroline doesn't like football.
No.
Do you have a sport that you're into, Caroline, or are you not at all?
No, I just don't. When I see people doing a sport on the telly, it just makes me want to go and run down the road and just have a run and do a sport myself.
So it gets you energised
Yeah.
and inspired to do it.
Yeah, but not
But
really
not that
to
sport.
But not to watch it.
Yeah. Just go and leg it down the
It's all
road.
kicking off in Dublin here, isn't it?
Yeah, I
So
don't know
towing
what's
your
going
car
on.
away, mate.
Yeah, probably.
Quick, we'll have to have another whip round.
And on that note, it's been an absolute pleasure, Caroline, as always.
Oh.
It's always lovely coming here.
Oh,
No, it is.
That's great.
We always love coming.
Yeah.
well, you're welcome anytime.
Yeah, and as usual, we always say, we'll do it again, and next time we'll do something after. We'll go out, we'll go to
Yeah.
an arcade or something we never do.
Oh, the next time
We do need to
actually
go
do,
to that arcade.
because
that
they
you're talking
have.
about.
You know, I had a pinball machine in the 90s
That's
when I was
right, and
younger.
you put it in the
Yeah, I
arcade.
gave it to the guys in Token, Dublin.
Yeah.
And they fixed it up now. The guy, Connor, is the technician. I've become quite friendly with him from going in and playing
Right,
pinball.
yeah.
But my Twilight Zone machine is now working perfectly and on the floor in
amazing.
Token, Dublin.
Right, we'll do
and
that.
it's amazing. And it's just like having it in my house, like I used to, except I don't have to fix it. So it's
Yeah.
brilliant.
Awesome. That's
So-
great. So we'll do that next time.
Yeah.
Go
Yes.
to
They've-
Token.
They've Star Trek the next
Token.
They Star Trek the Next Generation pinball as well, which is
Yeah,
also
yeah.
the second classic in my opinion, the second greatest pinball machine of all time.
I would agree.
What's the first?
Twilight Zone.
Oh, right, okay.
It goes Twilight Zone, Star Trek Next Generation, then probably Addams
So
Family.
why is that the best?
Because it's deadly.
I'm surprised you had to ask that. Luke. We already knew what the answer was going to be.
Fair enough.
That's
We'll
it.
have to check it out.
So
Yeah.
it's
Next
been,
time.
It's
Yes.
been. In fact, we'll be over again probably in 2 or 3 months.
Yeah.
Back again.
Brill.
So yeah. So that's it. Anything else to say, Luke?
Don't think so. I think
No.
that's been,
So don't forget,
thoroughly
guys.
entertaining.
You can contact us at microkast@korg.co.uk. So send us any funny stories that you've got that may involve playing Street Fighter 2. It may involve playing football. It
With
may.
Graham
It
Kelly.
may be. Yeah. It may be about.
Because I really want to know if that's like a common thing.
Yeah, you need to send that in because that will get on. Or you need to don't forget CS KORG 3, 20% discount at My Vaults next week. So Caroline's very kindly put that out there for us. So I'm on Twitter at AdamKorgUK. Luke is
At KORG Luke.
Caroline. What are your?
I'm
or is
at
it private? We don't
No,
want to say.
God,
We don't
no.
want to say.
At Caroline Zoids.
At Caroline Zoids.
ZOIDS.
There you
And
go.
Andy is Andy at Andy KORG UK, but
Don't
you don't.
talk to Andy.
No, he's
He's
not
never
interested. He
on
can't be
Twitter.
bothered to come to the podcast.
No,
so.
it's more on Instagram now. He's one of them.
Oh.
Do it for the gram. So he runs our microKAST Instagram page, and don't forget we are now on Facebook. So check us out on Facebook. Now, what I'd also like to do is invite each and every one of you to post a review on iTunes. But what I'd like to do is rather than just say, "Oh, your podcast is great, it's great fun, thanks guys," I want you to try and do it in a clever way, mentioning a piece of KORG gear.
Oh.
Ah, yeah, good shout.
So
Yeah.
I'd like to see if you could do that for us, because we charted last week. I don't know if you know that.
Oh,
Caroline.
brilliant.
But
No.
we didn't actually release a podcast for 2 months, and yet we were still charted.
Yeah,
so it was amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
great.
So leave us a review. Try and sly in a piece of KORG gear into your, like you could say, listening to the KORG podcast, the microKAST podcast is my holy trinity.
Ah,
Yeah.
yes.
My,
But hopefully
my
better.
prophecy was
Yeah.
listening to this podcast. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not difficult. I've given you 2 there.
Yeah.
It really helps podcasts when people leave
Honestly.
reviews,
It
doesn't
does.
it? Like that's
Yeah.
one of
No
the
idea.
pieces for
It
the
really
algorithm.
does. And
It
don't
is,
forget, you can, not this version because this is a 0.5,
0.5.
but you can actually get our podcast now in video format. So head over to the YouTube and search for microKAST with a K, and support us on YouTube as well. Give us
Absolutely.
some, even if you don't want to watch it because you've already listened to it, just click on it anyway, and then we can,
Yeah.
gain the clicks, as it were.
We like the subscribers.
And don't forget, when you're on the old YouTube, there's a little bell. If you click the little bell and you subscribe to the channel, whenever a new video goes live, it'll tell you. And that's obviously only about once a month.
It's like internet magic.
It is. So there we go. And that's it. Nothing else to say.
No, that's
other
it.
than
We're good.
we'll see you next time. Thanks again, Caroline.
No worries.
And we'll see you soon.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.
Bye.